season 1.
No one.
If there is any.
There's
Okay,
no
then
one.
who the hell is Cat gonna be?
She can be, I don't know.
It doesn't have to be based off power. We could just be like who we're most relatable to.
That's cause
You're
I'm
not relatable to Good. I'm joking.
I am. I'm literally lazy
I wouldn't
Wait,
let
huh?
that slide.
and all
I'm
that.
not relatable to Sukuna.
That's
Wait, is that my thumbnail in the stream? Is that my thumbnail? Scroll down.
Bro's gooning into the thumbnail.
He's gooning already to the thumbnail. That's crazy.
No, my
Oh,
thumb.
it's that scanning thing.
Scroll down.
Was it his video?
I think. I'm trying to check, so scroll down, loser.
Sponge is not video going down.
I think it is. I see part of I'm trying to check, so scroll down.
Stream that lasted 32 seconds. Congratulations, Sponge. We made the shortest stream.
Hey, man. I had to restart the stream, okay? Okay, there. Okay, anyways. Gonna...
Who's that goofy freaking laugh? Was that me?
I think it was. Okay, whatever. Anyways, are we ready to start watching? Or...
All the servers right now are like pure chaos.
We already have 4 viewers. People actually like this shit.
People actually like watching.
Shigaraki versus Mahito.
The symbol of fear versus the human disaster curse.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons,
I had
armor,
it
and
muted.
skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I in the stream right now.
Tenko Shimura was just a sweet, shy boy who loved superheroes.
But
My
sometimes
boy Shiggy.
You wanna go to the... Just wanna go to the fight, or just wanna watch the whole video?
Actually, I'm gonna be muted until the video because I need to be able to hear what's going on.
Okay.
Then I'll give my answer at the end.
Okay, so we just continue watching?
Just continue.
Okay.
times the hand of fate
silently,
can't
I guess,
abide
so.
sweet shy boys.
Ruthlessly beaten and abused by his hero-hating father,
Yeah, just let
Tenko
it
pushed
play.
beyond his
Me and
emotional
Sponge
limits
can
until he
commentate if we've seen
activated
it,
his
but no
inherent
spoilers.
superpower,
Hey,
or
Sponge, get
quirk.
that poll
It
going.
wasn't
Let's see
something
what
cool
people
like
think.
yeah.
flight or super strength. In his terror, he accidentally killed his whole family. Well, except for
They
dear
could
old
go on
dad.
for a while,
That
too.
one was intentional.
Tenko wandered the streets alone, silently begging for someone, anyone, to help him. If only a hero was there to save him. But instead, the only open hand he found belonged to the devil.
All for one. The greatest supervillain in history.
He took Tenko under his wing, feeding a hatred of everyone and everything, and grooming him to one day lead his League of Villains in destroying Hero Society.
With that came a new name, Tomura Shigaraki, and an absolutely nightmarish quirk, Decay. It does what it says on the tin. Anything Shiggy touches with all 5 fingers turns to dust. The perfect power for someone who just wants to destroy. Pretty menacing, if not for that dorky-ass costume. I get it, hands are his thing, but come on.
The touching
it looks
battle,
so dumb
the
and
battle of
fake.
Oh,
Diddy's.
those aren't prosthetics. Those are real hands from his family that he killed, attached to his face, and explicitly commanded to be left there by his mentor so that he would never forget his rage.
Okay.
While his use of decay started off relatively weak, it rapidly increased in power and range as Shigaraki came into his own.
Decay isn't even limited to whatever he's touching. Anything that touches something he's decaying also decays.
Spreading like an all-consuming miasma that can wipe out anything from an enormous tower to an entire city.
If decay reaches you, your only hope is to isolate the body part that is disintegrating before it gets to something vital.
After years of training with the greatest supervillain of all time, Shigaraki was finally put in charge of his own team with one mission. He must kill his master's rival, the #1 hero, All Might.
Only to fall flat on his face.
Shigaraki was a terrible leader, quick-tempered, short-sighted, and, well,
Cringe! Oh, he's just so cringe. He uses gamer lingo unironically. He whines like a baby when things don't go his way. He's the kind of guy who would say normie in real life, in front of normies.
but they say defeat is the greatest teacher of all. Only through struggle could Shigaraki manifest manifest his dark conviction.
Right as All Might's new protege, Izuku Midoriya, was coming into his own as well.
These two rivals, the inheritors of their master's blood feud, would push themselves past their own limitations.
Especially when All Might and All For One double KO'd each other, leaving Shigaraki to lead the League of Villains all by himself.
And with the stakes higher than ever before, Shigaraki stepped up. He personally battled the monstrous Gigantomachia for a month and a half straight, and conquered other villain organizations to create the Paranormal Liberation Front. Thousands of new soldiers for his personal army.
All to impress All For One's personal quack, Dr. Ujiko, who spent months upgrading Shigaraki's body to make it more like his sensei's. It might have been constant agony, but Shiggy went from Chud to Chad.
Ujiko's experimentation vastly increased Shigaraki's strength, speed, and durability, enough to match and surpass even All Might's absurd power.
Sharing All Might's power between them, Deku and Bakugo were able to punch an island-sized hole in a cloud that reached 24 miles into the sky. We've calculated that before to be nearly 80 million megatons of TNT, almost as much as the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs.
And Shigaraki can now move fast enough that his body produces hypersonic shockwaves and can even catch laser beams.
And he's tough enough to survive Star and Stripes' Intercontinental Ballistic Cruise Punch! Now the new name for my penis. Move over, gigantic Omega Storm. Anyway, it also made a blast so big it showed up against the curvature of the Earth.
Though he might seem invincible, when Shigaraki's body is pushed hard enough, he will evolve into a state of uncontrollable power.
So Decay became? Oh shit! More hands!
Shigaraki can spontaneously generate flesh into existence, seemingly oceans of it in an instant, whenever he wants. He can even use it as a type of armor to defend himself in close combat.
But that's nothing compared to Ujiko's greatest gift. Shigaraki wanted to be the new All For One, so what better way than the old man's quirk?
All For One's quirk, All For One, allows its user to steal and store quirks with just a touch.
And All For One has hundreds of them stored up, collected over the years.
Each quirk is connected to a memory of its user's essence in the form of a spirit, a vestige.
Kinda like a piece of their soul. They exist in this kinda psychic world in Shigaraki's body, and can even act as a spiritual defense should it be invaded.
And with those vestiges came quirks like super fast healing, air blasts, radio waves, flight, telekinesis, teleportation of others, and the ability to track foes.
He can even combine multiple quirks together, like in this big-ass electric Kamehameha.
However, any vestige stolen or destroyed will also remove that quirk from Shigaraki's repertoire. They're also sentient, and some can even fight for control.
Which is when the second shoe finally dropped. Because Shigaraki also got All For One's vestige, that means All For One was now in possession of a shiny new body that he'd spent the last 15 years molding for him to take over.
Shigaraki's entire existence was planned from the beginning. Why? Because All Might's previous mentor was Nana Shimura, Tenko's grandmother.
Oh, that to mess with All Might. That is some next level hating right there.
He manipulated Shigaraki's entire life, all for one purpose: to create a soul so corrupted it would grind away at All Might's perfect world, allowing All For One to take full control.
But All For One's possession wasn't complete, and Shiggy managed to fight his way back to the top, literally decaying his way through vestiges in the process, all to fight his rival Deku one last time.
Despite Izuku's best efforts to save him, Shigaraki was too far gone. His spirit decayed by years of venomous hatred.
And the new symbol of hope defeated the new symbol of fear, burying All For One's grudge for good.
All that Shigaraki asked was to be remembered as the heartless destroyer he was raised to be, and not the broken, angry, crying little boy he really was deep inside.
For just that one moment, though, Shiggy got in Deku the only thing he'd been denied his whole life, the one thing his lifelong nihilistic tantrum was really all about. He got a hero who tried to save him. This battle is sponsored by Robinhood Gold.
With Robinhood Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions.
The privileges of
I
the
wanna-
very privileged
yeah.
are no longer exclusive. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by
Skip the
3%.
ad.
Plus, you
Fuck
also
the
get
ads.
4% APY on your.
Also, are they just gonna go over the story?
Ever since
of this
Cain slew his
without-
brother Abel and
They
wetted
didn't
his
even
fields with his
mention his
blood,
abilities that much.
man's greatest fear
You just
has
guys wanna
been
skip the
his
battle
fellow man.
No,
But
we gotta go
what
through
if this
Mojito now.
fear took on a life of its
Alright.
own?
What if all that negative emotion humans felt for one another spilled from their bodies and congealed, forming, over time, a living being fueled by malice, which believes in nothing but the law of the jungle?
Well, then you'd have the special grade curse with a patch face, Mahito. Oh, I've had people tell me I've become a human disaster curse when I've had too many mojitos.
Mahito is one of the deadliest beings to ever afflict mankind. He's no mere mortal, though, but a cursed spirit. Innumerable spirits exist, weaker or stronger depending on the amount of anxieties, jealousies, hatreds, and fears humans feel about them.
Like the fear of locusts, kinda weak. Or the fear of smallpox, getting stronger. Or the fear of fire. Oh, goodbye, Tokyo.
So it follows that mankind's fear of itself would be extremely powerful. Those negative emotions manifest as Mahito, a being composed of cursed energy.
It's basically like evil ki. Cursed energy can be used to make spirits way stronger, faster, and tougher than any normal human. And it's invisible, making curses like Mahito impossible for the untrained eye to see. Only a life or death situation can galvanize a normal person to see a cursed spirit.
That also makes cursed spirits virtually immune to physical damage. They may be physically present in space, but can only be harmed by attacks that embody spirit matter like cursed energy.
Which makes curses insanely hard to get rid of, like ghosts, cockroaches, or my ex. That's why you need a jujutsu sorcerer to come in and kaizen the shit out of them. They call it exorcism, but I like the way I said it better.
Curses and sorcerers have battled each other for millennia, waging an endless war over the fate of humanity. Almost exclusively in Japan, though, for some reason.
But Mahito was special. You see, most curses are basically dumb animals, but Mahito has so much cursed energy that it gave him sentience.
So he was recruited by Kenjaku alongside other special grade disaster curses to wreak havoc upon the world. In fact, they made Mahito their leader.
And even more frightening than intelligence and bloodlust, Mahito possessed philosophy.
Perhaps informed by the tragic meaninglessness of interhuman conflict, Mahito is an existential nihilist, believing in nothing but his own will to power. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and Mahito is the wolf.
Which also makes him kind of a goofball. If nothing matters, why not have fun with the slaughter? Really get your steps in. He loves to dig around and toy with your emotions like a cartoon character before slitting your throat.
An appropriate analogy, considering his curse technique, idol transfiguration.
Using his cursed energy, Mahito can control anyone's soul with just a touch, including his own. In fact, he's so good at manipulating his own soul that you can't even kill the bastard without directly targeting it.
In Jujutsu Kaisen, the soul and the body share an immutable connection. Whatever happens to the former affects the latter.
This lets Mahito squash, stretch, and shapeshift his body into literally anything he wants, like Play-Doh. He can turn his limbs into blades or clubs, grow wings like a bird or fins like a fish, reform his body around injuries, or even create clones.
Curse users are naturally unharmed by their own ability. Should he touch a human, though, his alterations to their body are instantly fatal.
And since he's attacking your soul, those physical wounds are gonna be impossible to heal.
Even if his alteration isn't directly fatal, the human body won't last more than a few moments in a transfigured state.
All that with one touch! God, I thought herpes was bad.
His powers mean Mahito treats humans as effectively disposable dolls that he can gleefully experiment on. The more casualties, the better, especially if he gets to break your spirit first and watch you suffer.
Even more twisted is when he combines two transfigured humans together for soul multiplicity, essentially a giant torrent of body horror flesh that he repels at an opponent. Yeah.
Mahito is unbelievably creative with his application of idol transfiguration, and despite being a newborn curse, consistently keeps experienced sorcerers on the back foot.
It helps that he's a quick study who's picked up a number of different curse techniques, like the Black Flash.
By applying cursed energy within 1 microsecond of an impact with an enemy, space itself will distort, exponentially amplifying its force by a factor of 2.5.
Not only does this hurt like a mother, it restores your curse technique and gets you fully in the zone.
And would require reflexes moving nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. It's no surprise then that Mahito also unlocked the pinnacle of sorcerer techniques, the Domain Expansion.
Oh shit! More hands! A domain is like a barrier of cursed energy, but if you're caught inside, Mahito can use idol transfiguration instantly without even needing to touch you.
It's called the self-embodiment of perfection, the ultimate expression of Mahito's absolute control over his victim's body and soul. The only time it ever failed was against the student sorcerer and Mahito's archenemy, Yuji Itadori.
Because not only was Yuji a barf-inducing goody little two-shoes who believed in the inalienable rights of all living things, blah, 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 he also had a curse inside of him.
The king of curses, Sukuna.
Which meant Mahito's ability affected both souls in Yuji's body. Sukuna didn't like that. No surprise, and kicked Mahito's ass, forcing Patchface to fight with a handicap whenever facing his pink-haired menace.
Yuji's belief in the value of human life flew directly in the face of the world that Mahito knew to be cruel and meaningless. So he made it his mission to crush Yuji's spirit before killing him, murdering his friends, defiling their corpses, and brutally battering him before going in for the kill.
And he's got the strength to do it. Mahito's one of the most powerful curses in the world, and his growth is exponential.
Fellow disaster curse Jogo was able to summon a massive meteor capable of reducing the city of Shibuya to ash.
That'd take an energy of over 800 kilotons of TNT.
And Mahito can take as good as he can give, especially when, in the throes of struggle against Yuji, he evolved, unlocking a vastly more powerful form, the instant body of distorted killing.
Complete with armored exoskeleton and arm blades, this was a taste of the almighty curse Mahito was growing into, a true blight on all mankind.
It wouldn't last. In a bitter battle of resolve, Yuji won out. In a dog-eat-dog world, there was now a bigger wolf.
So he tucked tail and ran away like a bitch. And what do you know? Life suddenly became a whole lot more meaningful the second it looked like it was about to end.
All that gleeful nihilism, just a bitter hypocrisy in the end.
For him, maybe, but Mahito found a convert in his archenemy. After a battle that wiped out thousands of innocent people, Yuji's youthful spirit was gone. The only thing left that mattered was exorcising this curse.
In a way, that was Mahito's final victory, the destruction of another human being's soul. He may not have been around to see it, but the curse Mahito inflicted on the world would bring it to its knees. Hey, do you see that join button? Yeah, that one. That's your ticket to being a Death Battle champion. As a champion, you get all sorts of exclusive Death Battle content, like extra videos, live chats, and sending us your own matchup ideas. And the support helps us make even more Death Battle. So thank you for being a champion. Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
I'd heard of a powerful villain stalking these parts. My organization is going to tear this putrid world down around us. We could use a freak of your talents.
Little old me. Do I want to be king of the social rejects? How about I bring them your head instead?
Fine by me. Let's call this your audition, Sickum. actually just say that? God, how lame! Audition over. Did I get the part? Decay! What a rush! That all you got? Domain expansion. I can read your soul. You're just a scared little boy whose daddy is mean and wants to make it everyone else's problem. Grow up.
Hands off my masterpiece.
I felt your soul too. You only hate humanity because you were born that way. Totally random. I hate them for a reason. You grow up.
What did I say, Wiz? Like a bitch.
With their complex power sets, this match was a puzzle to figure out, which is why we're breaking it down to 3 categories: physical stats, survivability, and their powers.
But first, let's address one thing. Could Shigaraki even see Mahito? He's an invisible curse after all.
Cursed energy and quirks are notably different, and Shigaraki wouldn't be able to see curses normally. However, even regular humans can spontaneously develop the ability to see curses in life and death scenarios. And with the Search quirk, Shigaraki would have had no problem tracking it.
So seeing Mahito wouldn't have been an issue. With that out of the way, we can jump into their stats.
This was no contest. Despite the disaster curses being able to destroy entire cities with their cursed energy, Shigaraki's scaling to Deku and Bakugo meant he was calculably millions of times stronger.
He was faster too, considering he could react to light beams, while Mahito's Black Flash capped out at nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. Nothing to scoff at, but Shiggy was thousands of times faster. Shigaraki takes stats.
But survivability was a little trickier to figure out.
Yep, in terms of raw durability, Shigaraki was a lot tougher, and his ability to generate new flesh meant that he could heal any wounds he might receive super easy.
However, Mahito is a curse and is immune to the kind of overwhelming physical damage Shigaraki could dish out. Not only that, Mahito's regenerative ability via idle transfiguration meant that he'd come back from anything short of spiritual damage.
Considering Mahito's unique curse body, he should actually get the edge in survivability.
Which presents a crucial question. Could Shigaraki even kill a curse like Mahito in the first place?
Or would Mahito's unkillability give him the time he needed to eventually put Shiggy down with idle transfiguration?
It all comes down to their powers.
Shigaraki had a lot more variety with all of the crazy quirks All For One had collected over all the years, but none that we know of could properly kill a curse. That didn't mean idle transfiguration was a surefire bet either, though.
Of all things, Shigaraki's vestiges served as a spiritual shield from the effects of idle transfiguration. The fact that Mahito could not avoid targeting Sukuna while attacking Yuji meant that he couldn't target specific souls inside a person.
And Shiggy has hundreds of soul-like entities inside of him. Sure, each one down means he loses a quirk, but that's more than enough time to land a single hit with Decay, especially considering how much faster Shiggy is.
And Mahito has no way to defend against Shigaraki's primary quirk. Decay has affected spiritual beings in the past. Again, vestiges. In fact, he was able to damage Deku's vestige and have that damage transferred to the Deku in the real world.
Mahito may be made of spirit energy, but he still has a physical form. In fact, sorcerers that couldn't naturally target the soul were able to fight him on even footing. No reason to think Shiggy wouldn't decay him like everyone else.
Giving Shigaraki the third and final edge. It was a unique duel to the death, but Shigaraki's overwhelming might, unstoppable powers, and deadly decay spelled the end for the Disaster Curse.
Nothing else to say. You really gotta hand it to Shigaraki.
The winner is Tomura Shigaraki.
Next time on Death Battle.
Peak. What'd you think?
Yeah.
Okay, that was amazing.
That was peak.
They actually pulled up points even I told Gelatin when we discussed this a long time ago. About his soul actually having defenses. So this was actually really well done.
Yeah.
They actually,
That was actually pretty cool. And he was enclosed a lot.
yeah.
They literally even said themselves that Mihito was gonna get cooked. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah. Like, they even brought up the speed too. They brought up everything Gelatin and I discussed prior. This was actually really well done.
They actually researched, even though they didn't mention anything in the beginning, but they pulled through.
Yeah, they didn't really analyze anything at the beginning, but their ending analysis was just perfect.
Yeah.
Damn. Good job, Death Battle.
Yeah. This is why it's peak.
It's been a while since it's actually like been. This was like really accurate.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add, Gelatin?
No.
Sure.
Omni-Man vs. Gojo, they made that?
Wait, that's a thing?
No, that's not. I don't think. Ain't no way that's a thing.
For Master Chief versus Doom.
That
Doom
thing-
absolutely
what are you-
balls.
Mr. Puzzles versus Bill Wen. Death Battle.
Mr. Puzzles would absolutely get destroyed. Oh, Shadow was suggesting it.
Oh. Click the join button and pay money and then suggest that.
Pay money.
Honestly,
to
I feel like
suggest?
Gojo still has more win cons than.
Crazy.
Who, Bill?
No, the Omni-Man versus Gojo one. I feel like Infinity would just bypass Omni-Man entirely.
Yeah.
I feel like Gojo would win that one. No bias.
No bias for my goat.
Yeah. If it was like Sukuna, maybe I would have been more. Maybe.
And yeah.
It's just Gojo just has a really broken axe. Actually, should we watch the Master Chief versus Doom one to see it?
I mean, I'm not really an expert on both, but yeah.
Like, I'm decently knowledgeable in Doomslayer.
This guy said Omni-Man's cheeks bypass Infinity.
Wait, what are we watching again?
Yeah, seems cool. Let's watch it.
It's just Omni in it past Gojo.
Omni. So we're gonna.
Yeah, who's that?
So what are we watching, chat?
Yeah. You watch Doom versus Master Chief when it comes out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Early versus SMG4.
So Master Chief when it comes out.
Well, if we watch the OG one, we could like actually analyze it before they do.
Yeah, we can do that.
Wait, what are we going to watch?
I honestly don't know. I'm throwing suggestions.
Oh, this one right here?
I don't know.
Talking about like this one?
I think that one. Yeah, wow, that's actually really up there.
13 years ago.
So we just
Master Chief
Gotta give him-
versus
I'm gonna give him some
Doomsday.
credit. That's 13 years ago.
Uh,
Yeah, no wonder they remaking this.
so
Yo, that battle is old. I didn't know that.
Well, a while ago, 13 years ago, was Doomslayer, what's it called? Was it a Doomslayer Eternal? Was that out yet?
that was no.
I don't know.
That came out in 2016.
But spoilers for a
Yeah.
13-year-old video, Master Chief wins.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
Spoiler,
Actually,
but
now
the
that-
Egyptians built the pyramids.
Actually, now thinking about it, during 13 years ago, I don't know if Doom actually won, because some games nowadays, they really boosted his scaling.
Mm.
With I think what they called Hell was extra dimensional. I think that's what's one of the scans.
Oh yeah, people are talking about that in the comments. Want a rematch knowing how much of a monster he was in Eternal.
Mm.
Yeah.
So so maybe Master Chief would win like at this time, but not anymore.
Yeah. Newer games like buff Doomslayer with like crack.
Yeah.
Actually, where does Master Chief even scale though? Isn't he like planetary or something?
I thought he was like.
Web Doomslayer.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to talk about now?
The guy who asked is not having a good time with us watching the OG one.
He's a big fan of Doom. I can tell.
Like
he's
it's
called
fair.
Big Laws.
Yeah. I think it's fair. Doom is probably the better one out of the Godly Trio.
Yeah. Maybe.
Featherin
Why-
loses to Master Chief.
Why are we bringing up Feather?
What does she have to do with this?
Oh, bro.
Because she's human. She's human level trust.
He's gonna murder you for that take.
Every time someone brings up human level feathering, Gelatin like proceeds to have like physical aneurysms.
He would personally
Some-
assassinate them.
You can argue multiversal classical Doom? I doubt.
Isn't
Wait, what?
Featherin like older?
Just gonna roast Death Battle now.
Most
Uh,
battle crazy.
I don't know how to scale anime.
We can't roast
Yeah, that's
that
fair.
Right.
Oh yeah, they did get one right
I-
finally.
Yeah.
You want to watch the Megatron versus Frieza one?
The what versus Frieza one?
The Frieza versus Megatron. I think that one.
That's
I
so
can't remember.
random.
But they're both evil. Put them against each other.
They're not even in any way related.
Okay, so we're watching Megatron vs. Frieza.
I don't know. A robot versus a racist. Yeah.
What are you talking
That's
about
accurate.
now? I'm so bored.
We had to pick a video.
Okay, fine. Let's do Megatron versus Frieza then. There you go. Where is it? There we
We
go.
watched this one, so we can
This
skip to
episode-
the end if you guys want.
Okay, so we just like everyone quiet down. Okay.
How old is this one? Is this one from like 13 years ago?
This one was made a year ago, maybe.
Greetings, noble warrior of planet Cyber whatever. I, Lord Frieza, claim this world as my own. Cheer for me or face annihilation.
I have fought for my planet for eons. I would rather see it turn to ash than reside in your filthy hands, organic scum.
I love it when they monologue back. Pity. I'll have to construct a new mothership from your corpse. Is that clunky robot body too slow to keep up?
My wits should more than suffice, you blithering ponce!
Where did he go? Huh? Doesn't this just always happen? I give it 5 minutes.
My planet! Behold the mighty Lord Frieza, ruler of a dying planet. My planet! Where is your army? Where is your ship? So powerful, and yet you will wander the depths of space for eternity. All because of me! What a fool.
You despicable cretinous worm! I'll torture you until your screams can be heard in the vacuum of space!
Die a fool's death!
You will die by my hand!
You fool!
Cybertronians must kill them all.
Wrong again, Frieza! It was actually 1 minute and 10 seconds. Idiot.
Megatron's ruthless resilience may have netted him a win in some scenarios, but Frieza's overwhelming power gave him a clear edge.
Megatron's ace in the hole was his antimatter, which would have annihilated Frieza's ass no matter how tough it was.
And that was a real possibility.
How do we feel about
Megatron
this?
is a master tech.
What does this take?
Yeah, no, I disagree very heavily.
Yeah, it's easy.
I think we all disagree.
Yeah.
Actually, let's look at the analysis.
Tactician and manipulator with millions of years of combat
wait for the demo.
experience. Frieza, on the other hand, has always relied on his raw power and intimidation to win fights.
When things don't go his way, he has a tendency to freak out.
However, Frieza has survived getting most of his body obliterated and kept going.
Which meant the antimatter wasn't a surefire win. It would have to completely cover Frieza's whole body before he could react. And Frieza was way too fast for that.
While Megatron scaled to characters who could cross galaxies, Frieza has kept up with Goku, who should be at least trillions of times faster.
And on his smaller size and key force fields, Frieza had more than enough ways to avoid, defend, or survive the antimatter.
So Megatron's only option was power. While Megatron has survived planet-busting explosions and even fought with a being that had the energy of a universe behind it, Golden Frieza was just too much for him, considering he certainly surpassed Goku and Beerus' Punch Clash. Since Universe 7 as a whole should be over 13 times larger than our own universe, Frieza's super forms would far exceed Megatron's own power.
And that feat happened at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Goku has gotten leagues stronger since then, and Black Frieza is currently beyond him. There was just no way Megatron was strong enough to keep up.
Megatron was a devious foe, but Frieza's power, speed, and sheer survivability allowed him to crush the Decepticon leader underfoot.
I guess you could say Megatron was cool, but Frieza was cooler.
The winner is Frieza.
So
Yeah, they.
they
They
winner.
missed the whole.
Aside from power scaling, this kinda makes sense, but it's cut.
Well, it doesn't really need to look into it because the whole conceptual thing that they brought in about Shockwave, it wasn't just a universe. It was actually like all of them. So
Yeah, but
they
like
probably
if you
saw
ask
one scan.
if you ask a regular person who wins in this fight, they will probably say Freezer.
they didn't even explain how he was faster.
Maybe I mean like if you ask him,
Yeah, I know
can you
that.
ask someone off the if you ask someone out of Whis, it would probably answer with either their personal favorite or something. So we really can't go off that either. It's just who makes bigger explosions, and we've seen both of them blow up multiverses at least once. And that's like not taking into account any of the cosmology behind it.
I
Someone said don't disrespect the best Dragon Ball character. No.
crazy.
Cooler over Frieza.
Isn't Cooler like
Uh,
the I don't remember too well.
I don't know. I ain't watched
the
Dragon
chat
Ball.
is suggesting some Dead Battle videos.
Hulk versus almost said Broski.
We watched that one.
What do you watch?
The Hulk
versus
versus
Omni-Man?
Broski.
I think we should do Hulk versus Broly.
Yeah, Broski.
Broski.
Like sure if that's what everyone's down for.
Okay, sure then.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Warner Bros. Pictures and HBO Max. For customers.
Should we hold a poll and like give 4 options?
You need to suggest.
Well, we can put the suggested ones on the poll. So Hulk versus almost said Broski again versus Broly.
Broly. Okay, then
I keep
guess.
wanting to come up with something else.
Just name it Broly. Okay, anyways. Oh, I forgot to end the poll. Okay.
We'll play some games after this.
After this, I have to go. Though.
Oh.
Yeah, sadly. I could probably watch one more.
Okay, so what's the last one we're doing?
Any suggestions, chat?
Rock versus paper versus scissors.
Wait, what? That's a thing?
No.
Oh.
But it should be a thing.
I feel like Rock would technically win that. So they're throwing that paper at like 1,000,000 miles per hour.
If God exists, it's fucking me! So,
versus Broly.
You want to just do Hulk versus Broly?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Subscribers. But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Oh, someone said this is Rick versus the Doctor. Didn't we watch that one?
No, we didn't actually.
Do you want to do that one instead?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure Jelly could yap about that one for a bit.
Oh wait, what? Hold up, we're doing Rick versus the Doctor.
Sure.
Okay then, I guess.
I think Sponge really wanted to watch Hulk versus Broski.
No, I did not.
Broly.
Why you keep saying that? Okay, whatever. Anyways,
Stop saying
Broski.
it.
everyone quiet down. The battle's about to fight.
No additional charge.
Find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp.
Visit
My
betterhelp.com/deathbattle today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/deathbattle.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Oh, jeez, Rick. It was my fault.
Shut the fuck up, Morty! I knew Time Lords were suicidal morons, but I didn't know they never invented rearview mirrors!
Are you sick? You're the one who hit me. Oh, go on, I'm busy.
Son of a bitch, he's ignoring me? Holy, it was shit! Keep Morty safe.
What are you... Uh-oh!
No! Oh, what did they do to you? Right, fine. Queensbury rules? A bit of Venusian karate?
Keep quipping, asshole. Maybe you'll find a good joke on the ground next to your teeth.
On guard! Oh, this place looks fun. Do they have a little shop? I like little shops. Well, blink as much as you can. They're scared of rapid movement.
Motherfucker.
What?
Look at my balls, sucker.
Oh, you brilliant old girl. Switching rooms around. Fantastic.
It's fun to be the class clown till you get shot. Now hurry up. I got a grandson waiting on me. He won't die an idiot like you.
I know your type. The nihilist know-it-all. But through all this wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey rubbish, there's one thing you never quite understood. I'm the Doctor, and I don't want to go. Quite an impressive craft, Morty. You built it yourself?
I guess so.
Then you've got a bright future ahead. Don't be a cynic.
Morty, if you forget me, I'll haunt your ass.
Ah, who the fuck are you?
KO! Live by the portal, die by the portal.
Let's break this down. First off, Rick and the Doctor could both dodge lasers, making them pretty even, so neither could reliably win a quick draw.
Also, neither have shown any consistent signs of strength all that different from an above-average human.
The Doctor could get a superhuman strength boost during regeneration, but that is fairly incidental. So as far as physical ability is concerned, neither had a significant edge.
But when it comes to weapons, Rick had way more deadly killing machines, a lot of which could wipe out whole planets, galaxies, and more. If he could get the jump on the Doctor, he'd have a good chance of winning.
Of course, there's similar speeds meant he probably wasn't getting that opportunity. There's no denying his firepower was superior overall, but that still had to contend with the Doctor's technology.
Yeah, despite all of Rick's crazy inventions, most of which could kill a normal person instantly, the Doctor matched or countered pretty much all of it.
Being a Time Lord meant he could resist any time warping trickery Rick threw at him, and the sonic screwdriver could hack and even destroy nearly everything Rick had. The Sonic has even disabled teleportation and time travel technology before, making it more than capable of hijacking Rick's portal gun, which has been hacked in the past.
With that gun, Rick was kind of a sitting duck.
Operation Phoenix makes killing Rick permanently almost impossible, but the Doctor's reality-altering tech like the DMAT meant there would be no Rick left to upload to a new body at all, effectively ending the fight in a single shot. And that was hardly the only reality-warping superweapon the Doctor had access to. The Doctor's technology presented a clear advantage.
Now let's talk ships. This one's pretty clear-cut. The space cruiser was a deadly machine that towed a solar system, but the TARDIS single-handedly held off a universe-destroying event. That's an edge for the Doctor.
But perhaps most important of all was their experience and intelligence.
Rick mastered space and time to the point of becoming a veritable god. But you could say the same for the Doctor, who is way older. It's kind of like the Doctor has been Rickin' for many times longer than Rick himself.
And when push comes to shove, the Doctor is just as experienced of a warrior as Rick ever was, if not more so.
11 spent 900 years battling Daleks, Cybermen, Sontarans, and more on Trenzalore and came out on top.
And don't forget how quickly the Doctor can formulate, calculate, and initiate plans. Like when he dodged half a dozen rays and improvised thousands of calculations in his head to siphon the ray's energy into a teleporter, all in a matter of nanoseconds.
Rick usually relies on being the smartest guy in the room. When he's forced to battle people at his own level, he's often outsmarted, like with the Prime Rick or, gasp, a Morty!
Rick was a formidable genius, but the Doctor's incredible technology, unmatched intelligence, and thousands of years of experience gave him the win.
Ah, geez. I bet Rick was absolutely mortified to lose.
The winner is the Doctor.
Alright, so just think of the fight.
That was really, really good.
It was accurate.
Finally, some facts.
I think to make this fair, they probably used the weakest version of the Doctor, to be fair.
I think they did.
Because if it was like the whole everything of the Doctor, this wouldn't have even been a debate. But yeah.
See, so
Good take. Gelatin, anything to add?
Doc Negs, not close. Rick Fraud.
Okay, so
Wait, who voted
Wow.
Rick in the poll, man?
There's just that one person on the stream that's just been choosing the exact opposite.
Can we find who they are and get them
You
out of
wonder
here?
who?
that's kind of crazy, but
Anyways,
so what now?
this was fun stream, dude.
Okay.
I have to dip.
Oh, okay.
We can end it.
Have a
now.
fun stream, guys.
Meanwhile, I have been debating with Shadow in the comments.
It's been a fun one.
Bye, Shadow.
Alright. Bye, chat.
Bye.
Bye. I should go too.
Yeah.
Later.